Five Nights at Freddy's one. I feel like if you say this one's your favourite, it's like saying pepperoni pizza's your favourite. It's like, wow, you're so cool and interesting. But I don't need to explain to you what this game's about. It's simple and effective and has a brilliant atmosphere. I once gave this game to my nephew and in truth, he got bored and handed it back to me. The slower pace puts people off nowadays because of how fast everything is. It's like jump scare, jump scare, jump scare. For example, this is the second script I wrote because the first one was a lot slower and way too detailed. Whatever. The OGs appreciated it at least. Jump scares could use a little work, but a pretty solid game, especially for 2014. Let's be honest, if it wasn't, it wouldn't have spawned like 100 sequels. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So this one's interesting, but more or less the same. It's the same formula, but with a lot more going on. 10 animatronics is just way too much. Was my primary complaint when I was a kid. I mean, it didn't matter, because as soon as one of them moved, I quit. But I'm a big man now, and I can handle it. The one thing I noticed is that the atmosphere wasn't really there. It's probably because there was so much stuff going on that you don't really have time to sit in silence, as every sound makes your heart skyrocket, especially with the later nights. And there's no blackout. Even as an adult, that still gets my heart going. It's more of a feeling of overwhelming, oh god, oh god, oh god. Replayability's better though. Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Nope. Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this one's the worst, isn't it? If you say it's your favourite, you're just saying it to be different, and I hate you. Jesus Christ. Springtrap's cool, but not scary. I mean, just whack a crowbar against his shins and he's down. Some monster.
Have at thee! Ah, my fucking knees!
Get crowbarred, bitch!
The hallucinations are cool though, solid jump scares and overall aesthetics. The control panel was a nice touch. The jump scare just feels like that weird kid trying to talk to you about Digimon. What a loser. Anyway, back to Five Nights at Freddy's. I think the minigames leading to another ending was a really cool decision. It feels like he was trying to recapture the atmosphere from the first one, but it somehow just failed miserably, and it felt even more repetitive. Five Nights at Freddy's 4. This game is something else. For instance, you can move now. It's a culmination of trying to achieve atmosphere and balancing mechanics. Did they succeed? Kinda. There is a lot of stuff for you to keep track of, but in my opinion, that's the problem. With having a lot of mechanics in such a small game and environment, it can feel kinda clunky. Speaking of, the breathing mechanic is dumb and I don't like it. Otherwise, this game feels generic in the franchise and feels like the one that gets forgotten the most. Well, it would be if it wasn't for those cutscenes in the middle that show the bite of 83. The animatronics look cool though, but yeah, not much of an opinion on this one. It's alright. Five Nights at Freddy's 5. This one's completely the opposite and I have too many opinions on it. It feels so different while still being a FNaF game, if you know what I mean. But the animatronics have some of my favourite designs and I love them all. My favourite is Ballora. That crawling through auditorium thing scared the hell out of me as a kid, and it still does. Imagine if that was in VR. Wait, should I have been doing that throughout the entire video? Shit. Okay, FNaF 1, my favourite is Freddy because he's cool and you can boop his nose. 2 is Puppet because I like the design. 3 is Phantom Foxy and 4 is Night Marionette. Anyway, this game is so good and it's gone in a direction I don't think anyone could have predicted. Especially that ending. And yes, including Ennard, he's my favourite. That might just be in general too. I think this is the scariest one, barring VR because that's cheating. But it flows really well and god, this paragraph's twice as long as the others. I think I got my point across. Game good. FNaF 6. This one's great. It's got something for everyone. Helpy, who you can kill. Lefty, who can kill you, and a restaurant tycoon. They'll eventually fall into debt problems or you'll end up dying trying to salvage a dangerous animatronic for a few bucks. Ah, capitalism. But yeah, this one's good. The arcade games make it just as unique as the 5th one in my opinion. It's such a clever way to tell the story. I tend to be completely oblivious to what people like or not. So tell me, did you like this Ven section? Because I did. I thought it was neat. Regardless, the game's good, and that Henry monologue was cold.
Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting, friend.
Oh, and Lefty's my favourite animatronic. Right, moving on. Ultimate Custom Night. Not much to say about this one. It's barely even a game. It's just a self-perpetuating cycle of hatred and agony. It is fun though. Also, those cutscenes are the best things I've ever seen. FNaF Help Wanted VR. Yep, this one's terrifying. VR's always going to be scary though, innit? It's like boo on a screen versus boo in real life. So the first 3 games are adapted into VR and they're about what you expect. Spooky. Dark Rooms is just the plush trap minigame, so it's meh. Parts and Services isn't remotely scary, but it's what you do to take a breather, or if you're a huge puss. Ven Repair can go fuck itself. Forever will be too soon before I have to see Ennard coming at me again. Night Terrors is alright. I do think that baby one is literally that Resident Evil meme though.
Oh, I guess I'll go back upstairs. Wait a second. You get back here, little lady. Where'd she go?
DLC's alright. The hallway's the only one I remember fondly, and Glitch Trap haunts my nightmares. So yeah, it makes very good use of the VR, and I think that's all you can ask for a game like this. Except this one. Special delivery. Oh yeah, I forgot this one exists. I'd like to apologise to FNaF 4. This is the most forgettable. It's not really its fault though. It's not really built to hold up to the other ones. At least I hope not. Otherwise, Sorry, Scott. It basically just has you stumbling around your house like an idiot. But Markiplier was in an ad, so that's cool. Security Breach. Cool animatronics in a mediocre game. I'm joking. Kinda. The game does have a decent flow to it, despite the never-ending bugs. It was pretty fun.
We're gonna go down to parts and services, and I'm gonna shove a beak inside of you, and you are going to be able to talk better. Did you hate the idea that much? Freddy?
Especially the Sun and Moon bit. More of them, please. Plus, this cutscene goes hard.
No! Why would you do that? Lights on! Lights on! I warned you! I warned you! Naughty boy. Naughty boy. It's past your bedtime. You must be punished. 99.
I think it's safe to say one of these animatronics has to be your favourite, right? They're just so cool looking and they're full of personality. If we're just talking about these four, I can't decide between Roxy and Monty for my favourite. They've just got so much attitude and life to them. I love them.
Everyone was watching you. Everyone loves you.
The no saving bit at the end is kind of dumb, but Springtrap returning was kind of cool. But at this point you've got to think, how many times can this bitch come back? Ruin is alright. Again, the best part is the Sun and Moon bit.
It's time for your nap. No light.
Help Wanted 2, it's basically the first VR, but bigger, and in my opinion, better. It actually has some fun arcade stuff to do aside from the pure terror of the first one. It stops you from thinking, well, that was terrifying, but at least it's over and it can't get worse, because, oh wait, yes it can. I'm looking at you, Vent Repair. I mean, obviously there's some scary ones, and the less scary ones get more scary over time. But I feel like it eases you in. Remember when I told you about Laurel Gallery in VR? Well, it's real, and I'm not joking when I said I nearly had a panic attack when I saw her leave a stage, so I'm good. Let's go bowling. I like the craft with Sun and Moon though. Surprise! My favourite part of Security Breach is also my favourite part of this. Oh, and the food one. Though it does get stressful leaving without Chica. I may be afraid of the merry-go-round with Moon, but at least I can jam with this massive music mansion of a man. If anyone cares, these are my rankings. Last is FNaF 3, then it's FNaF 4, then 2, then 1. Security Breach is 3rd, Sister Location is 2nd, and my personal favourite is 6. I feel like I have to explain myself a bit. The reason I put Security Breach above the first 4 is because it's an actual proper game with a story, rather than just 5 nights of the same thing. Don't get me wrong, I love the first 2, but it kind of feels unfair to judge them against each other since they're so different. I didn't rank the VRs because I feel like that's cheating, but obviously they go right to the top, with Help Wanted 2 edging over the first one. Ultimate Custom Night isn't really a game, and I can't remember the other one because it's that forgettable. Obviously this was a very quick review to be quick and snappy on YouTube. I also didn't know if anyone would want to watch me going into detail in a longer video. Does that sound interesting? I don't fucking know, I'm a moron. So yeah, thanks for watching. This took way longer than it should have, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll hopefully see you in the near future. Okay, bye.